this demonstration, we will examine the features of Exploration Air. We will also look at the behind the scenes of this application. This is the Exploration Air homepage. At the top of every page, there is a menu that uses dynamic HTML to allow us to highlight, as the mouse scrolls over it, the particular item you're about to select. Each page has a Behind This Page button. This link displays the HTML source code used to create that page. Let's go back to the home page. We'll click the Register link to open the registration page. Notice there is a navigation map to let us know where we are in the registration process. In this case, we're in Enter Registration, and we have 2 more screens in the registration process. Customers have to be registered in order to access the flight data. So the first thing we need to do is register. We will fill in the name, address, email, and password information now. We will give Amy a password, but we won't put in the confirmation password, and try to click Next. Notice that there is client-side validation that requires us to fill in all fields. We'll now enter the confirming password. Since all the fields are filled in, when we click the Next button, we are brought to a confirmation screen. The Enter Registration screen and this confirmation screen are actually implemented as one HTML page. Dynamic HTML was used to show and hide div tags on the page. This allows us to keep from making unnecessary round trips. Now we'll click on the Next button. This will bring us to the final page of the registration process. In order for the registration to be accepted, the application code calls a set of components from an active server page in a transaction. If the transaction is successful, then the registration is accepted. We can now go on to purchase tickets by either clicking on this icon or by going to the ticketing link. The difference is that since we have registered already, if we click on Purchase Tickets Now, we would skip the logon screen. To be able to see the logon screen, we'll click the ticketing link. Notice that the screen is similar in look and feel to the registration screen. We have a navigation map and client-side validation to verify that the email and password fields have been filled in. Let's go ahead and fill in Amy's information and click Next. We are now on the Select Ticket screen. Notice that we can select origin and destination cities. A client-side disconnected record set has been sent to the browser. When we select new origins, valid destinations, flight times, cost, and mileage are filled into the appropriate fields. Remote Data Services, RDS, makes this possible. No round trips to the server have to be made while viewing this page. Amy's going to take a business trip to Milwaukee. Chicago is the default departure city, so we don't have to change that. We can select Milwaukee from the drop-down list of destination cities. Amy is a vegetarian, so we'll select her meal preference from the drop-down list. Amy also prefers business class. Notice that the price of the ticket changes when selecting the seating. To enter the dates for Amy's trip, we can either click on the ellipse button or just type in the date in the text box. We'll click on the ellipse button. This calendar is a client-side scriptlet using HTML. We can now select the departure date for Amy from the calendar and press OK. We'll do the same for the return date. We can now see how many miles she will be traveling and the total cost of her flight. Click the Next button to proceed. The confirmation screen allows us to make sure that everything is correct. Since this looks correct, we will click the Next button to submit the ticket. At this point, another transaction is invoked with a call to the server. The ticket and associated information is entered into the database. We can go to Behind the Scenes and view the tables and see changes. Each table has a hyperlink. By clicking on a link, the table information is displayed in the browser. So in this demonstration, you saw the functionality of the sample application Exploration Air.